Welcome back, Storm fans. Bryant Cook here, and today we're playing Modern Belcher. Why am I interested in playing Belcher today? This isn't a donation deck. I recorded the deck last month. Why would I be interested in belching? I mean, one, it's Thanksgiving Day. Who doesn't like a good belch, after a nice solid meal, right? Jokes aside, I think that it's a uniquely positioned combo deck in the format. Right now, I feel like combo as a whole is weak to the powerful answers that the format has between Force of Negation, Endurance, Force of Vigor. There's a lot of graveyard hate running around right now, and on top of that, Blood Moon has never been more popular than ever. So Belcher is unique in the fact that it itself can play Blood Moon, which is a very powerful card, as I mentioned. So we'll let me zoom in for once. There we go. Quality program. All right, so we have a Blood Moon in front of us. We also get to play Magus of the Moon in the board to really beat decks like the 5-color Creativity deck or Amulet Titan. But we don't use the graveyard at all. In fact, we stack our deck with Recross the Paths, which, it's a real great thing for this archetype. So we don't lose the graveyard hate. We don't lose the Blood Moon. Force of Negation still matters, but we have 4 Pact of Negation. I just think that this deck is probably the best position combo deck at the moment, and I'm interested to see how it fares in a league today. And I mentioned that video that I recorded a month ago. It had Wild Cantor in it, and only one Reforge the Soul. I've sort of made some adjustments to that list, because I thought that list overall was relatively decent, but I wanted to, adjust for taste, right? Like, I really didn't like how in that video, there was not once, but twice that I was burned by only having one Reforge the Soul. And that's not even counting the mulligan decisions where I wasn't able to keep hands that had Recross the Paths plus Reforge in it. So today we're playing 2 copies of Reforge, and I've added in Blood Moons over the Wild Cantors, which I think will be an improvement. Today, I'd be thankful if I could get a turn 2 win. That's what we're going for today. I want to belch on the second turn. We have Ironcrag Feet to make 7 mana into a Goblin Charbelcher, so I believe in our ability to do that. In the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Leyline of Sanctity for the red-black scam decks, as people like to call them. But right now, according to MTG Goldfish, those red-black mid-range decks are the 4th most popular deck in the metagame. We definitely need these Leylines, on top of Veil of Summer to help protect us in case we don't find them. Additional copies of Blood Moon for those Creativity decks and Amulet Titan. Nature's Claim. This one was not in that previous video. This is for our Reforge the Soul piles. With Force of Vigor, which I think is a better answer, you would have to pass the turn and then blow up your opponent's stuff on their turn. With Nature's Claim, only having it as a 1-of still allows you to be able to blow something up and then win immediately off your Reforged pile. And then Dead Gone for decks like Hammer Time and whatever. So that's the deck. If you have any thoughts, questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. I just want to hop on in and play some Magic the Gathering on this wonderful day. I hope to see you there. All right, round 1 coming up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We are on the play with Belcher and Modern. Here we have the Belcher. We have 4 lands. This is a good one. This is a guaranteed turn 3. I will keep. Play out the Valakut Stoneforge, pass the turn. The Ritual off the top will actually give us a turn 2 win, which would get my goal out of the way immediately. Mishra's Bauble. Then they play a Scalding Tarn. Steam Vents, okay. And it's tap, they bobble. Come on, deck. Ritual. Boo. Alright, we'll play this Balagad past the turn. Urza's Saga. Come on, dash a Ragavan. It will be good for you. Another copy of Mishra's Bauble. Emery, sure. All I wanted you to do was tap out. And they did that for me, so now we get to go for a W. They use the Bauble, and our upkeep they will draw a card. It's party time. Let's take 3 damage. Ouch. Heretic Ritual. Ironcrag Feet. Goblin Charbelcher. Pew pew. Alright, game number 1 goes to the good guys. Alright, so they're on... It could be like the Breachless Breach deck. It's the Breach shell, but they cut it for the third path Iconoclast. So, do we want Blood Moon against them? It's a real question. I'm not so sure if we do. Yeah, it hits her as a Saga. I just don't know if that's what the matchup is really about. Or do I just want to bring in these Veils to protect ourselves? What to board out for the third Veil? Maybe this second, or the third copy of Ironcrag Feet? I'm going to try this. It is a pretty juicy counterspell target after all. I don't think we're supposed to keep this. Mulligan to 6. Sure, I think you just bottom the Belcher. Not the best hand, but we'll try to make it work. Otawara, and they pass the turn. Play the Stoneforge again, pass. There's a Saga. So Sagas are dangerous because they do go get Needles. Maybe that's a reason to leave in the Blood Moon, despite I don't think Blood Moon's actually good in the matchup. 2 mana for another Emery. Spell Pierce. Come on, land off the top. We could put the Belcher right onto the table. They draw off Mishra's Bauble. Another Strike It Rich. That's a bummer. We missed our window to slam a Belcher here. Pass the turn. So I guess our best draw now would be Ironcrag Feet. And I boarded 1 out. They play a Steam Vents. Ragavan. Now they're going to recast Mishra's Bauble. And I'm pretty sure they are on the Breachless Breach deck. Yeah, I mean, you could also argue that maybe I was supposed to board in the Nature's Claim as well. Ooh, they are on Breach. Okay. They milled the Reforge. Okay. They draw off the Bauble. Come on, deck. Please give me Ironcrag Feet. Bummer. They definitely have a Needle in their deck, too. I'm going to avoid putting Belcher on the table in a hope that they don't actually do it for some crazy reason. They tap the Saga for mana. Now they're searching their library. They get a Mox Amber. Okay. Is this Breach? It is, in fact, Underworld Breach. I'm going to offer you can't refuse the Breach. We have a Spell Pierce, and we can go to game number 3. I might want to consider... It's interesting. They didn't grab Needle there, but maybe it's just because I was already dead. Not sure what to do here. I feel like Blood Moon still isn't the right move. I'm just going to bring in 2 Force of Vigors. That's really difficult to sideboard with. Shave 1 Veil. And a Valakut Awakening? I don't know. On the play for game number 3. Can't keep that. Okay. It's slow, but it's decent. Have to bottom 1. We'll get rid of the Balaged Recovery. Play the Stoneforge again. And this is in case I draw a Strike It Rich on turn 2. You're pretty unlikely to want to be able to use the Balaged on turn 2, but even if you wanted to, you could play this untapped. Okay, they just play the Scalding Tarn, and I actually did draw the Strike It Rich. How lucky. Play the land. Strike. Let's get rich. Also, if you'd like to Spell Pierce that, I'm game. They grab a Steam Vents. Interesting, they just dealt themselves 3 for no reason. Springleaf Drum, sure thing. Strongly representing Spell Pierce. Seagate. I'll play Recross the Paths. They fetch with Arid Mesa. Hallowed Fountain, okay. We will Veil of Summer. And drew another Pact, that's interesting. So now the Recross resolves. We will do the correct thing and put the Turn Timber first, but it's definitely bit me before. Okay, so 1 Turn Timber, then Reforge the Soul. And now we need to pick out 7 cards that win. So we probably want another initial mana source, like a red land. So Shatter Skull Smashing. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 for Belcher. So then I get 5, 6, 7, so 3 more cards. So if I get the Ironcrag feat, they could try to punish me by just letting everything resolve into the Belcher. And I could do double Ritual Pact, but that doesn't actually do it for me. Here's an interesting one. I could do Pyretic Ritual, Ironcrag feat, Veil of Summer, Manamorphose. Yeah, that might actually work. Okay, so we'll do another Ritual, Manamorphose, Ironcrag feat, Veil of Summer, and then another Reforge pile underneath that one in case we need it. Okay. And then this one can have multiple packs in it. And then any order. We'll put this on the bottom. I hope I did this correctly. Pass the turn. Flooded Strand. Grinding Station, that's brutal. Yeah. That hurt. I don't know how deep in the pile the Belcher was. They're thinking a long time. Are they going to Grinding Station me again? They do not. I was really hoping this was secretly the Belcher. I would not like to pay 3 life. Let's flashback the strike. Grinding Station. They're fetching. And now they pass. Or we pass, I should say. They have 4 in hand. They're at 13 life. Adawara. Come on, please be Belcher. Beautiful. Ritual. Belcher. We do have to pass the turn, but we have double Pact of Negation to protect the Belcher, and we can always kill them in our upkeep. They play Mountain. They're targeting themselves with Grinding Station. They mill Mox Amber, Wear Terror, and Urza Saga. We will Pact Breach. Get that out of here. And our opponent concedes. Yes, we are 1-0 with Belcher. No turn 2 wins, though. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Round number 2, we are on the play, and we're facing a deck that I'm a big fan of, or a user I'm a big fan of, Brussels sprouts. Who doesn't love Brussels sprouts, right? Delicious. Anyway, this hand is not keepable. We will mulligan. We have a Belcher. We have a Greenland. Am I a crazy person for thinking about keeping this? I'm going to get rid of this Recross the Paths. Play Balagad Recovery, pass the turn. Come on, deck. Please give me an untapped red source. Stomping Ground. Ragavan. Ding dong. Better lucky than good. Ouch. Let's get rich. Pass the turn. Ragavan gets in. We go to 15 life. And they get a Spikefield Hazard. They can kill their own Ragavan if they so choose. They play an Adawara. Okay. 3 mana. No idea what this card is. Absolute 0. Alright, so it's for 3 mana creature for a 3/3 trampling ooze. Whenever a land enters okay, let me reread this again. Trample. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Slurg the Overslime. Remove 3 counters, return it to your hand. Whenever Slurg leaves the battlefield, return 3 land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Draw. And this should just be a victory here. Heretic Ritual. Feat. Belch. Target you. Boom, boom. Beautiful. Alright, so we probably don't need Blood Moon versus the Ragavan red deck, so let's get rid of that. Bring in Veil of Summer. I'm going to try boarding out 1 copy of Ironcrag feat again. Not really sure what our opponent's doing, so I don't want to board in Force of Vigor if I don't need to. Yeah, I mean, this is a promising hand. We'll keep Misty Rainforest. Another Belcher. I'll take 3. I want to play this Striker Rich on curve. Because if we draw a Ritual and they tap out, it could be a good opening to slam Belcher. Xander's Lounge, sure thing. Wooded Foothills. That's very rude. Okay, well, I'm glad we kept a hand with some extra lands in it. Play the Veilcoat Awakening, pass the turn. This Recross the Paths isn't even that good here. Because I'm not really looking to discard my hand. Life from the Loam. Oh, I am definitely getting Besiege'd out of this game. Yikes. Wakefield Hazard. I don't think I can actually beat this. I'm going to concede to that. Okay, so that's my first time experiencing that. Kind of weird. Our board doesn't really combat that. I think I actually want to bring the Ironcrag Feet back in. And I'm going to go down to 2 Veil of Summer. I just think if they're going to try to land destruction me, I want to combat that by being fast. No Belcher. No payoff spell in general. Going to mulligan. Sure. We're a ritual away from this being a turn 3. Guess we'll get... No, I probably want the... What's better, Recross or the Explosives? I kind of think that it might be the Explosives. Alright, we'll play this. No, I don't want to bolt myself past the turn. Wooded Foothills. We have a turn... No, I would have to draw a ritual, my bad. We'd have a turn 3 if I drew a ritual. They grab Ketria Triome. Forest. It's happening again! No! Bomber. Play the Seagate. Pass the turn. They use the Scalding Tarn. Free Steam Vents. There's the Slurg. Come on, deck. Give me a ritual. Come on. I wonder if I'm supposed to cycle Metamorphose here, trying to spike. Come on, deck. I have 8 rituals. Give me a hit. Red, green. Damn. Play the strike. Did I just miss it? Oh my. I think I might have actually just missed it. So if I played this untapped... I just missed lethal, I think. If I played this untapped, I could have countered my own... Yeah, I just missed lethal. Oh no. I didn't think it through. The deck gave me lethal and I missed it. Oh, jeez. Okay. And this is a legendary creature, so the Besiege'd only costs 1. So now they're representing Spell Pierce. I might have just botched this. Okay, it's a tap land. I do like that. Maybe there's still a chance. I'm at 15 and they have 6 cards in hand. We're going to hold priority. Cast this Engineered Explosives. Offer you can't refuse. Okay. Beat. Belcher. The opponent just said GG's in chat. Do we actually have it? We got there. Pretty sweet. We are now 2-0 with Belcher. You'll love to see it. Round 3 coming up. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match number 3, we're on the draw. Unfortunately, I've opened up a hand with no action. We'll take a mulligan. Double Reforge. I don't know if you're supposed to keep these or not. Are you better off going to 5? Like, is Ironcrag Feet into Reforge even something we're looking to do? I think I'm going to go to 5. This is probably the best hand we've seen. We'll get rid of the Explosives and Metamorphose. Opponent on 6 cards. They just play Bloodstained Mire Go. We'll play the Hazard and pass the turn. Ketria Triome. Scalding Tarn. Trigger Rich. Pass. They grab Steam Vents. Blood Crypt. Okay. They have 5 in hand. Yes. Flashback the strike. Pass back. They're most likely on creativity. You draw Manamorphose. Attempt to play the Recross. I don't actually expect this to resolve. Am I supposed to pay for this? I don't think so. I'm going to let it be countered. They use Wooded Foothills. Here comes the Dwarven Mine. Surprise, surprise. Come on, tap out for creativity. They have 4 in hand still. Come on, Pact of Negation. Smashing. Cycle Manamorphose. Come on, Pact, please. Red-green. Play the Shatter Skull. I'll pass the turn. Another Dwarven Mine. Surprise, surprise. Here comes creativity. Oh, it's just a Fable. Okay. They're at 3 in hand now. I kept up the Spikefield Hazard to kill a dwarf, but if I had played it out, I could have had an extra untapped land on my turn. Draw. Am I supposed to just play into Counterspell here? Ritual. Spell Pierce. Yes. Ritual. Belcher. Play the Hazard. Pass the turn. Hope that they don't have whatever it's called, the Prismari command. Fable. Discards 2 lands, 3 cards. Did you find it? Green, red. They explore. And a concession. Nice. Okay. This is definitely a matchup where I do like the Blood Moon effect, so I'm somewhat is Magus good against them, though? I should look up a list real quick. Alright, we have Goldfish in front of us. We dodged the 3 Prismari command there. I mean, yeah, we probably do want the Magus. They don't have any... They have 3 Bolt. I guess Prismari command does it too. Maybe I just leave in the Blood Moon. Definitely want the Veil of Summers. And I think we can... I think, actually, I might want to remove the Recross package. Is that crazy? It's a lot of cards, but I could bring in Magus. Maybe I leave an offer. Then bring the Iron Craigs back in. They just have so much interaction that I feel like wheeling them is probably not a great idea. I'll have a generic catch-all and generic explosives, I guess. Maybe this board plan doesn't work. I don't like the Reforge plan in this matchup, but that might just be me being a coward. This hand seems great. Keep. Okay, so they lead off with a Ketria Triome. Play the Valcut, pass the turn. Steam Vents. Strike it rich. That's a good one. 2 mana. For an Aether Gust, really? I'll actually put that one back on top. That's fine. Arid Mesa. 3 mana for a Fable. Sure thing. I'm going to play out the Belcher now, because I have a Pact to protect it from Prismari command. Pass. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They discard a pair of lands. 2 mana. They make the correct decision and attack with the Goblin Shaman first to create a treasure. Land for turn. Dwarven Mine. They explore. Even if they find the command, I have the Pact of Negation at this point. Another explore. Blood Crypt. 2 mana. We'll just belch them in response. Well, that'll do. And we are 3-0 with Modern Belcher on Thanksgiving. Let's get these last 2. That would be a great way to finish the video for the day. I'd love that. Stick around to watch the final 2 rounds. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Round number 4, we are on the play. We have double Belcher, double Recross, only 1 land. This is a pretty easy mulligan for me. We have Recross and a lot of strikes. I don't know if you're supposed to keep this or not. I think I'm going to try it out. We'll bottom 1 copy of Striker Rich. Play the Turn Timber. Pass. Looted Delta. Watery Grave. Citrus Supplier. Some Spice. Narcomoeba. Dredgevine. Pretty cool. Or I guess they call it Crabvine. My bad. Ooh, and we hit the red source that I wanted. Nice. Yes. Play the strike. We'll pass the turn. They deal themselves 3 with the Watery Grave. They're at 14 now. They mill themselves with Glimpse the Unthinkable. This is a card that I was not considering before I played Recross the Paths. A little bit nervous if they might have another. We take 2 going to 15. Draw Ritual. They have 2 Vengevines in here. I think I'm going to put myself to 12. Pyretic Ritual. Play the Striker Rich. Recross the Paths. If they have another mill spell, this isn't going to work. Put the Turn Timber on top. And then Reforge the Soul into a pretty easy Belcher pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can put a Pact in there as well. 5. I guess it's fairly free to put Engineered Explosives in here. Maybe another Ritual. And then any order. We'll bottom the Turn Timber. Pass the turn. Merfolk Secret Keepers. Ooh, I could have built a pile with another Reforge 4 down. I didn't consider that until just now. Gravecrawler. And another Gravecrawler. Okay, well this would still only put me to 1. Okay. Swamp. Looks like we got there. Yes, I would like to reveal Reforge. Cast it. Pay the cost. Ritual. Looks like I sacrificed that for the wrong color. I guess we're lucky they also didn't hit any Creeping Chills. Splice a Desperate Ritual. Here's another Desperate Ritual. Maybe that's something I should be doing more in my piles, so that way I don't have to get Ironcrag as much, and I could set up like double Pact piles. Yeah, I should probably be doing that more. That would be a level up. Okay, well, we stole game number 1. Lovely. Let's bring in the ley lines to stop their mill. Probably don't need Pact of Negation. I kind of like the idea of Blood Moon against them. I'm even somewhat considering Magus of the Moon here. I'm going to leave the deck as is for now, but if there's a game 3, I'm strongly considering bringing in Magus. On the draw, I think it might be too slow. Okay, so we have the ley line, which I think might be good in this matchup, but the downside is we don't have a Belcher. We have 2 lands. If we could draw Belcher, I'm very close. Against better judgment, I'm going to keep this. The opponent's mulligan to 4. They're digging for something. Leyline of Sanctity. Misty Rainforest. Watery Grave. Citrus Supplier. Okay. They mill a Creeping Chill. That does not target, it's worth noting. Draw. Blood Moon. So if I draw an untapped land, I can play that next turn. They play a Crab. Okay. It is an untapped land. Ritual. Blood Moon. Pass. So they have Crab here milling 3. They mill another Prized Amalgam. Alright. Striker Rich. This is somewhat of a risky play. I'm going to Explosives in their upkeep for 1. I want to try to get rid of this Crab, but if I hit a Narcomoeba, they get back 6 power. No whammies? Okay, just a chill. Perfect. And we also hit 2 of their basics. Enchantment Control. Where's a Boros deck over here? The opponent Shame concedes. We're 4-0. Yes! Alright. Playing for the trophy in match number 5. And the next one, don't go anywhere. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. Alright, for the trophy, match number 5, we're on the play. Alright, we have a turn 2 Recross the Paths. If we want to play it on turn 2, I think that this is ultimately a keep. Opponent takes a mulligan to 6. Alright, we'll start off by lightning bolting ourselves. Yes, I would like to take 3 damage. Let's get rich. Pass the turn. Flooded Strand. Okay. I think we're going to play things slow. Just play a land and pass. Steam Vents. Fire Bluff Canal. Another Ritual. Okay. Flashback the Strike. Pass. They play an island. They're passing back. Representing counter magic. Let's Manamorphose, see if we can draw into something good. Red-green. Okay, don't know if I want to use that quite yet. Red-green. Make 2 mana, draw card. And we drew the Belcher. Alright, I will play this now because I want them to counter it. Archmage's Charm. I believe that gives us a window to win here. Ritual. Ritual. Ironcrag Feet. Goblin Charbelcher. Boom! Look at that. 1 victory away from that undefeated trophy. You'll love to see it. Okay, so we hooked our opponent there. We baited them. We didn't have a protection spell, but that didn't matter. And now we're just 1 game win away. Definitely want the Veil of Summers. I don't know if we actually want Blood Moon in this matchup. Maybe board down 1 more Ironcrag Feet. The Maguses have not been ideal this league. They're really best against decks like Amulet Titan, and I think that there's a possibility that they're a liability. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it just did. Against the Creativity deck, because the Creativity decks have a bunch of removal. So, do you want to be playing a 3-2 split? I don't know. Creativity is certainly more popular than Amulet Titan right now. So, do you want 3 Magus, or is Blood Moon actually better right now? I'm not familiar enough with Modern to really give you a definitive answer on that, but right now I'm leaning Blood Moon over Magus of the Moon. Game 2, we have 2 lands, 3 lands, and a Veil of Summer. I'm tempted to keep this. Fire Bluff Canal. Ragavan. Okay, we have the Hazard, but unfortunately it's a turn slow. Player land and pass. They get in with old rags. We'll take it. We go to 18. Pact of Negation. I'll deal myself 3. This way I can have Veil of Summer backup for my Spikefield Hazard on their turn. In their upkeep, I will Manamorphose. Red, green. We will Spikefield Hazard their Ragavan. Lovely. They play a land for turn and they have 5 cards. Play the Shatter Skull. Strike a Rich. Pass. They draw 2, that's fine. Expressive Iteration. Channeler, okay. Are you going to leave up? Okay, so they did have a land in hand. So if they didn't have the land, they'd have to choose between leaving up Counterspell or the Channeler, but now they don't have to make that decision. Another Seagate. Play it out. Flashback Striker Rich. Pass. Would love to draw a Goblin Charbelcher. Ledger Shredder. With 6 cards in hand. Untap Steam Vents, 5 in hand. They dash a Ragavan, sure. They discard Murktide. I can't help but wonder if I'm supposed to cycle a Veil of Summer. We'll take 3, we'll go to 12. They hit offer you can't refuse. Probably not cycling the Veils now. They have 3 mana, so they have Counterspell plus 1 other counter here for 1 mana. If we could rip a payoff, this would be a great spot to go for it. Recross the Paths. Play it. And it just resolves. Interesting. So we'll put Turn Timber back on top. And then part of me thinks that we don't even want to do a Reforge pile. So I think what I actually want to do here is Manamorphose, Belcher, and then if we fizzle, on the following turn we can do a Reforge pile, where we put in Desperate Ritual, Heretic Ritual, Encreg Feet, Belcher, and then Pax. Any order. Their top card is Counterspell. That's not good for me. Oh, I forgot about the Ragavan. That's obnoxious. So I guess I won't have Double Veil back up, which means I'm probably dead to this Counterspell that they have. Yeah, I probably could have played this better. I mean, it's good that I accidentally have a Manamorphose on top, but I'd really prefer not to. So they got a free draw out of this. And they will elect to not use it. So what are the odds they only have that one Counterspell? Pretty low, right? Heretic Ritual. Splice this ritual. Ledger Shredder happens. Cast the Desperate Ritual. Goblin Charbelcher. It is the same Counterspell. We'll cast the Veil. They have 5 cards in hand. One of them is a Ragavan, but that's 4 other cards that could beat me here. Pretty sure I'm just dead to the dispute. Okay, game 3. Resubmit. On the play. 1 land and all the rituals in the world. If this Manamorphose was a land, I'd snap this off. I think you're supposed to mulligan. Feels bad, though. Keep this. Get rid of the Ironcrag. Play the Shatterskull Pass. Mishra's Bauble. They target themselves. Into Ragavan. They draw my upkeep. Now we get to draw. Another Shatterskull Smashing. Play out the Beliged. And we will remove the Ragavan. Play and go. That's what I want to see. Alright. Land. Pass back. Just a Steam Vents. 2 mana. Expressive Iteration. Lightning Bolt. They play a Flooded Strand. Okay. So they left in Bolt. That's sort of weird, but alright. Another Veil of Summer. Pass back. Land number 4 for the opponent. They dash a Ragavan. We go to 18 and they hit a Manamorphose. They choose not to cast it. Draw. I'm going to play out the Shatterskull here. Being able to beat Mystical Dispute and Spell Pierce, I think, will go a long way if we can draw an action spell. Ragavan. We fall to 16. The Ragavan triggers. Strike it rich. They have double Counterspell up if we can just draw something good. That's not it. Play the Shatterskull. 4 of a kind, I win, right? That's how it goes. Tap Spire Bluff. So now they'll have 5 open mana, which is pretty scary. Ragavan happens. Velcut, sure. And the Ragavan return. Draw. Recross the Paths. Let's see if they'll allow it to resolve. They counter target spell. I'm going to attempt to Veil and hope that they try to hardcast Mystical Dispute, and then I could Desperate Ritual and pay. They use 1 treasure. And they do the exact play that I asked for. Let's Ritual and pay. Yes. Veil of Summer. We drew the Belcher! Yes! Okay. Recross the Paths. Turn Timber. And then we'll put another Turn Timber. For the Ragavan, that is. Okay, and then I think we want a Pact of Negation. Is our actual draw step. And then we need 1 mana in order to win. Which could be another Desperate Ritual. And then I'm just going to put a series of Belchers, I think. Maybe instead of the Desperate Ritual, I should have put an untapped land, but whatever. Any order. We'll put this on the bottom. Okay. They do dash the Ragavan. We go to 12. They get their treasure. 4 open mana. Can we do it? They have 6 cards in hand. Vesper Ritual. Belcher. Spell Pierce. We will pay. Attempt to Pact of Negation. Belcher. Okay. They have Ragavan and 3 unknowns. No! Ah! We're dead to our own pact. Ah, damn. Okay. We got tricked. We only got a 4-1. I thought this deck list was great. I would definitely play this 75 again in a tournament tomorrow. It felt really well positioned. I mean, we lost that really close match to Izzet at the end, but in both post-board games we mulliganed. So they were definitely at an advantage. They opened up on Ragavan. I really thought that this was terrific. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Keep storming and have a great day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.